Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Try New Things, where it's been quite some time since I've done a tool restoration. So I think it's time for me to take advantage of having at least a temporary workbench here at the TNT workshop. And I'm going to try something new. Every tool that I've restored to date has been an old tool, a hand tool, never a power tool. Now, this one is a grinder I picked up at auction for 10 bucks. It's called a Tradesman Professional 6-inch bench grinder. It does work and seems to work quite well. So, oh, there you go. So my intentions are just to really clean it up more so than anything. There's some rust here on the switch. These protective plates I don't think will ever come clean, but we'll give it a shot. So we're going to just try to spruce this thing up and make it look a lot newer, is my intentions for this particular video. And get ready to mount that grinder here in the shop, start putting it to use. So stay tuned. We're going to strip this thing down and start cleaning it up. Everybody, now that we have everything all cleaned up, we used a wire brush and then I used a rag and some soap and cleaned it up really good. It's time to get the primer on. As you can see here in the TNT workshop this morning, it's a chilly 20 degrees. Behind me you can hear the propane heaters cranking, trying to get it up here a little bit above freezing. I do have a radiant heater on the parts of the grinder that I primed this morning, so while I'm waiting for that primer to dry, it's time to use the old grinder that I brought in from the house to clean up some of the rest of the parts and get ready for assembly. So let's do that now. Alright, we got our hardware looking pretty good. Now it's time to see, is there anything that can be done to save these protective screens? Well, it's certainly got them clean, but they're still a little bit more opaque than clear. This one's got a few burn marks in it. I don't think those are going to come off, but I think I'm going to get some plastic polish and try to make these a little bit more clearer than opaque. Alright, we've given the primer some time to dry, and now it's hammer time. There you go. That's what we'll be using on the main body of the grinder. It's forged, hammered, paint, and primer in one, gray. So let's get that on the grinder and see how it looks. Hopefully I like it. Alright, hammer time is all dry. I'll be honest, I wish it was a little bit darker gray, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Let's get the rest of the tape off and start putting the pieces back on. Just now reading the label for the first time. It says it's from 1988. 3.5 amp, 6 inch, 3600 RPM. All right, everybody, there you have it. One refurbished, not really restored, but refurbished Tradesman professional bench grinder. Now, I still got to come back and do a little plastic polish on the deflectors. You can see it's a little bit translucent versus transparent. I'll do that when I pick up some plastic polish. But otherwise, I think it turned out really well. And hopefully you agreed that I at least managed to turn a $10 bench grinder into a $20 one. But I'll go ahead and fire it up. It really needs to be mounted down to the countertop, to the workbench here, where it's just going to run all over the place. But we can certainly turn it on and show you that it works. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you got any comments or questions, as always, leave them down below. I like reading each and every one of them. And don't forget, before you leave, to go ahead and hit like and subscribe. It's nice to do another tool restoration again in the workshop. It's been a long time. I've got a bunch more I got lined up. More traditional hand tools, but I thought I would start with this one because I'll use it in doing those projects. But anyway, until next video, bye-bye.